Hello friends, I am so excited about this video because I get to share a sneak peek, a first look at the relaunch of the Heirloom Bibles from Crossway, their premium line of ESV Bibles. These are the old versions that they previously made, which are some of the most popular, best-selling premium Bibles in the world, produced at Royal Youngblood in the Netherlands on the best paper with the best materials. They're really right up there with Schuyler, R.L. Allen, and Cambridge in terms of overall quality for premium Bibles. But Crossway has announced already that they are overhauling all of their Bibles, including their Heirloom Bibles. And a big part of that is because, and I talked about this in a couple of videos earlier this year on my channel, that they updated the text of the ESV. There's been some slight updates here in 2025, and so they are slowly going to be updating all of the Bibles in their line, and they're taking this as an opportunity to make some tweaks here and there. And the Heirloom Bibles are getting, I would say, the biggest tweaks overall. And so earlier this year, when I started talking about the update and talking about the new Bibles that were coming out, I got an email from Josh Dennis. Josh is the CEO of Crossway. I met him a couple of years ago at a conference at the Museum of the Bible. It was really fun to meet him, and he actually recognized me from YouTube and told me that he watched my videos and that the folks at Crossway appreciate my work, which was really kind of him to say. And we exchanged contact info, and we've kept in touch a little bit over the last couple of years. But I got this email earlier this year from Josh that said, hey, thanks for talking about the update to the ESV. I appreciate that. And he goes, I want to share something with you for your eyes only, a little sneak peek about our new premium Bibles that are coming out this fall. Now, these are coming out in October. There's already some information on Crossway's website, and I'll put some links to those. I guess they're not these. I pointed to these, but they're these Bibles in new versions. I'll put some links in the video description to Crossway's website. But what's on their website is only a sliver of what Josh shared with me in this email. He basically sent me a slide deck, a PowerPoint presentation that had tons of details about the new Bibles, their new names, the colorways, the features, the boxes, everything about them. And I was blown away. I was so excited. And naturally, what's been happening over the last few months is that people have been saying, hey, Tim, when are you going to share more about the new Heirlooms? Or Tim, do you know anything about the new Heirlooms? And I've been like, yes, I do know. And I have information, but I haven't been allowed to share it with you yet. And so I'm excited to get those Bibles in my hands and share them with you on the channel. But a lot of people have been asking about it. So I reached back out to Josh and I said, hey, what do you think about the idea of me making a video where I go through that really beautiful, of course it was beautiful, it's Crossway, everything they make is beautiful. What if I go through the slide deck that you sent me and show the people these Bibles and what you guys have planned? And he replied and actually copied in a couple other people and said, let's get Tim the latest edition of the slide deck, the most recent copy, so that he can share it with his audience. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through the slide deck and give you a closer look at full details about these new Bibles that are coming out. Let's leave some comments and thank Josh and the team at Crossway for letting me share this with you so you can get a closer look. Are you ready to dive in? Okay. Page 1 right here. Again, beautiful Heirloom Bible 2025 relaunch. When you go to the next page, it kind of gives you the overview here. Every detail of Crossway's new ESV Heirloom Bibles has been thoughtfully refined to ensure that they are the highest quality ESV Bibles available in the world. From premium grade leathers to minute typographic adjustments, each Bible is meticulously crafted to be a lasting treasure, enduring through a lifetime of use. Okay, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, boom! Here we go. We're going from 2 colorways, black goatskin, dark brown Wellington leather, to 5 different colorways and 3 different leather options. So there you see we're going to have black goatskin, similar to the way it's been in the past. Mahogany calfskin. It looks like it's about the same color as the old Wellington or Horween options. And then Granada calfskin, which is a slightly more, to me, there's a little bit more red in that brown cover. And then we're going to move into cowhide. I'll tell you more about the differences in the leathers in a moment. British tan and Tuscan green. Based on this photo, I haven't seen pictures of them in person or held them in person, but the British tan, that looks like the right British tan to me. It's not too orange, it's not too brown, it's kind of like that nice medium tan. So you see this, like lots of different colorways. They're still very muted and not loud and bright, but 5 different options that you're gonna have to choose from each of these Bibles. So 1 goatskin, 2 calfskin, and 2 cowhide. Now let's take a closer look at these leather options. So here you have the characteristics of the leather. On the left, it's going to tell you, I love this little image because it talks about the difference between full grain, top grain, and genuine or suede leathers. And the little lines at the bottom of that image tell us that full grain leather is the only leather that retains the surface of the hide. So it shows the natural textures and the imperfections. And all of these heirloom Bibles, goatskin, calfskin, cowhide, are going to be full grain leathers. Then it talks about the tanning process. So tanning is the process that leathers go through to get ready to be made into products. And there's vegetable tanning, which is when plant-based ingredients are used to tan the leathers. And that's what's going to be happening in all of the heirloom Bibles. Sorry, all of the cowhide heirloom Bibles. They are going to be vegetable tanned. And then there's a process called mineral tanning, which uses a chemical solution. That's going to be done on the goatskin and the calfskin Bibles. That's going to have more of the softer texture. My guess here before seeing them is that the goatskin and the calfskin are going to have like a small, softer texture, whereas the cowhide are going to have more of that rugged look where they're going to age and patina a little bit more over time. And then it talks about the dyeing process. You have aniline dyed and pigmented dye. So aniline dye is it soaks the entire piece of leather in the dye, whereas pigmented dye, it's just getting the surface of the leather. So a pigmented dye is going to be a Bible that kind of looks more uniform and clean. It's almost going to look fake the way it is, as fake leather or like a synthetic leather, but it's real leather that kind of has that consistent look. So all of these Bibles are going to be aniline dyed, which is really going to allow them to have individual, unique character. I'm excited about that. And then we go through all of the specs for each one of these Bibles. Check this out. So on the left, it tells you the leather specifications again. They're all full grain. They're all aniline dyed. And then the difference about the tanning process between the two Bibles. Some other notes they give us is that they're going to, y'all, we used to have those 4 small skinny ribbons, and now we're going to 3 3/8" Beresford's ribbons, premium, high quality ribbons, a little bit thicker, and in 3 of them instead of 4 of them. I know many of you, I've heard from many of you who love the 4. I think 3 slightly thicker ribbons is a really great option for these Bibles. It talks about the art gilding on the pages, that the cowhide Bibles are going to have heat stamps, so they're not going to have gold on the spines. They're just going to have it embossed with the heat stamp, but the other ones are going to have gold. They're going to have that classic ESV ringed logo on them, and then each Bible, each typesetting is going to have its own insignia and its name, which is going to be stamped on the inside of the back cover. Just hold on, I'm going to show you that in a moment. So first one, black goatskin. It's going to have a matching black liner. It's going to have gold spine stamping. It shows you the gilding color there, vermilion 311. It looks like it's going to have kind of a bluish head and tail band, and they're going with Beresford's. The ribbon color is called Scarlet Berry. I love that, Scarlet Berry. And there's a note here that the Gloria Day edition, which is formerly the ESV Legacy, the goatskin edition of that is going to be full yap. So you're going to have some full yap options on these Bibles as well, which is really cool. So then the first the first calfskin edition is mahogany. It's going to have a matching brown liner, the same gold spine stamping and the same gilding color as the black goatskin, a brown head and tail band, and then the ribbons on this one are a sable color, kind of a honey yellow color. All of these Bibles are going to have spine hubs. Then we go to the Granada calfskin. It's kind of that, like, again, more of that like reddish brown color, brown liner, same color for the gilding and the dye, another brown headband there, and then it's going to have hot chocolate ribbons, so kind of a mixture, it's like a pinkish brown, and it's going to be full yap on the alpha. So if you get the small alpha, it's going to be full yap on the Granada calfskin. And then when we get over to the cowhide options, the British tan is going to have a brown liner. It's going to have the spine heat stamp instead of the gold, but it's going to have gold gilding, and it's going to have a slightly different color. It's a more muted, not as dark of a red color on these cowhide options for the dye. It's called, let's see here, Ecoline Sienna Jabrand 411. I don't even know what that is. There's probably lots of names for all of these things. Brown head and tail bands, and then tricolored ribbons on the cowhide options. Beresford's in dark brown, sable, and then dark brown. So the first and third are going to match, and then the inside one's going to be sable. It's going to be full yap on the Veritas, which is what we previously know as the Heritage, one of my all-time favorite Bibles. And then the Tuscan green, brown liner, the same gilding and dye as the previous edition, the British tan cowhide. a nice multicolored headband, and then it's going to have 3 different ribbons: pearl, straw, and Cuban. I love that. So 5 different colorways, 5 different sets of ribbons, lots of different individual little tweaks. So it's not uniform across the board. I really like that. There's some differences across the board. Now let's look at the Insignia. So first you have the Alpha. That's the personal size edition, and it used to be called the Alpha. It's the one that has an 8-point typeface, a really nice personal size 2-column Bible. It's still called the Alpha, and there you see the new Insignia. So that's going to be on the inside back cover of the Bible. Formerly known as the Heritage, that new Bible is called the Veritas, single column, 9.25 text size, really beautiful paragraph format. I truly love that Bible. So that's called the Veritas. There you see the Insignia for it. It's got like the little burning lamp. And then the Gloria Dei is the one formerly known as the Legacy. There you see the crown insignia. So that's going to be what you're going to see on the inside back covers of these. If you go to the next slide, you'll see that's what the Gloria Dei will look like. So on the inside, I like that. Just a nice little touch. This is the Bible, the name of the Bible you got, the different design, that sort of thing. Okay, next up is the page designs. We're going from the outside to the inside. Are you ready to see these Bibles? I want you to, when you see this image, I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to mind when you see it. 3, 2, 1. This is the Veritas, formerly known as the Heritage. What do you see there? That's right. Red accents on the page for the first time with Crossway. We've got red page headers, page numbers, and chapter numbers. Previously, all of their Bibles were just black ink on the page. I love this. Just a little bit of contrast on the page with those red chapter numbers, those red headers. That looks absolutely great. So this is the Veritas 9.25 single column paragraph format, an absolutely beautiful Bible. Next up, this is the Gloria Dei, formerly known as the Legacy. They talk about this is based on the Renaissance ideal perfect page. So it's got the section headers out in the margins, a little bit more of a wide margin Bible, also single column paragraph, but it's a 9-point typeface, and it's a slightly larger Bible. The Heritage is more of a mid-size. The Veritas is more of a mid-size. The Gloria Dei is more of a full-size Bible, but again, you get those red accents on the page. I like this one a lot. And then last but not least, the third new Bible they're releasing is the Alpha. This is a smaller 2-column Bible with an 8-point typeface. You're still getting the red accents on the page. Now, these are the only 3 Bibles that they're releasing this fall. My assumption, I don't know this for sure, they have not told me, my assumption is that they are going to continue to expand the Heirloom line with other typesettings. But we're starting with the Alpha, the Veritas, and the Gloria Dei. I think they look awesome. Even check out this, they updated the maps, right? Like, I'm one of those people who loves Bible maps. I think they're great, but they've just tweaked the maps just a little bit to update it. I mean, no stone left unturned. Crossway is giving us a fully updated Bible in every sense of the word. I love that. Okay, packaging. This is really cool. I do think that it matters because if you're going to spend this much money on a Bible, you want the unboxing experience to be special. If you're going to buy a gift for someone, you want it to feel really special. And there are certain Bible publishers who do an excellent job of that. Crossways has been good, but wait till you see what it's going to be right now. Here we go. The first look at the new packaging for the Heirloom Bibles. Boom. Look at that. A lovely textured brown box with gold accents. Here we have the Alpha. So you're going to have the name of the Bible, the insignia, and then you're going to see the specs on which type of leather it is and what the colorway is. I think this looks absolutely fantastic. You see it when it's opened up. It's going to be the Bible wrapped in paper with a gold foil like sticker seal on it. And then I don't know if you can see this, but behind the Bible, this is the mahogany calfskin edition. Behind the Bible inside the box, there is a textured, colorful print inside the box. Are you ready to check this out? Boom, look at that. Absolutely cool. And guess what, y'all? Each colorway has its own unique design inside the Bible. So we start with, this is the mahogany calfskin. It's going to have this beautiful green textured look inside of it. Then we go, this is your black goat skin. So the box changes, the box liner changes with the material. It's got this red theme. Then we go to the Granada calfskin, more of a purple foliage theme. Let's look now at the British tan cowhide. I love that, the little blue accent in there. That's really cool. And then the Tuscan green is going to have this warm kind of orangish, yellowish design in there. So 5 different colorways, 5 different box liners. That right there to me is just a nice little attention to detail that I think is really special. And then last but not least, we get a look at the new pledge card. Many premium Bible companies put this in the box, a little pledge card that talks about the warranty and stuff like that. They're actually going to put information about the Bible on the backside of the pledge card. So this tells you the name of the Bible, that it was printed at Royal Youngblood, what the type size is, what the typeface is, what type of leather it is, the type of dyeing process that it went to, the weight of the paper. These are 28 GSM paper Bibles, the Smythe sewn binding, double column, red over gold. I mean, really nice. I like that they wrote red over gold, because we always say red under gold or blue under silver or whatever it is. But I actually learned recently that I learned from my friends at Royal Youngblood. Hi, Raul, how are you? I learned from them that the process, actually, the gold goes on first and then they spray the colored dye. So it's not red under gold, it's technically red over gold. And they actually put that on the card. I really like that. Just a nice little touch. So let's go back to the beginning and just show you these 5 Bibles side by side. So I think this is really the headline, is that Crossway is expanding the Heirloom Bibles to go from 2 colorways to 5 colorways. And then, as you saw in there, the little nuances with each one, the different ribbon colors, the different headband colors. They've really spent a lot of time and energy getting this dialed in. It feels way more custom, way more refined. I think they even used that word when they were talking about it. It really feels special, and I'm excited. I think that this is going to be really cool and a really great option for you to get a premium, high-quality ESV Bible from Crossway that's really beautiful. But then to also, like I said earlier, to give a gift to someone you love. This is an heirloom Bible. These Bibles make great gifts. Honestly, the first time I ever saw a premium Bible was my best friend Brandon he was leaving our church and going to be a pastor at another church, and I bought him an ESV heirloom Bible from Crossway. As any good friend would do, I think I've told this story on the channel before, when the box showed up, I decided I want to check this out before I give it to him. So I opened the Bible and I checked it out. It was a black goatskin ESV premium Bible. And I was like, man, this is really nice. And that's really the first time I ever saw a true premium Bible. And it's really cool to see Crossway taking this opportunity with the update to their text, the ESV 2025, and then tweaking their line of Bibles. All of their Bibles, again, they're tweaking a lot of their Bibles, but then in particular, what they're doing here with the heirloom Bibles is really exciting. So I would love to know what your impressions are, from your first impressions from this video and seeing all of these things. What questions do you have? Leave those in the comments. I want to know a couple things. Which colorway is your favorite? So if you had to choose black goatskin, mahogany calfskin, granada calfskin, British tan cowhide, or Tuscan green cowhide, which one would you choose and why? Leave me a comment and let me know. If you have any questions, you can drop those in the comments as well. Again, I'm going to put links in the video description to where you can find all of the information about these on Crossway's website. Well, not all of the information, because they haven't shared this much, but they have the pages set up on their website so you can see them. I'm also going to be reviewing these Bibles when they come out. I've already talked to Crossway about that, so I'm really excited to show those to you. So I'm going to get those out to you, those videos out to you, as soon as I have those Bibles to show you in person. This is really awesome. One more thing I want you to do, leave a comment, say thank you to Josh and the team at Crossway for sharing this with me and allowing me to share it with you. It's very cool of them to decide to do that. I know a lot of you out there are huge fans of the ESV as a translation and of Crossway. I talk about this all the time. I think Crossway is one of the best Bible publishers out there because they're creative and thoughtful, and their Bibles are designed so well. You see right here, right? Clearly, they spent hours and hours and hours working on just this slide deck to be able to talk inside the company and with people like me about these Bibles, and think about all of that time and attention that goes into the Bible. Crossway is a company where the more I get to know people from Crossway, I really love their mission with the Bible, to get the Bible into the hands of people, to make beautiful copies of the Bible that honor God's word. They do an incredible job, and it's really cool to see what they've got coming next. So this is a lot of fun. Thank you so much to Josh and everyone at Crossway. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, of course, hit the like button, share it with someone, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, do all that YouTube stuff. This was a lot of fun for me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.